Magic formulas in this book, magic spells, are also dealt with in the following short treatise. I am doing this because, firstly, they have a certain relation to the QUABBALAH and, secondly, because I want the true QUABBAList to know what a magic formula really is and how it differs from tantric, mantric and other formulas. There are tantric spells which are based on the universal laws, but which are primarily used for selfish purposes on the material plane. The tantric spells are compiled strictly in accordance with the universal laws, and each letter contains its adequate legal basis regarding cause and effect. Also, the sorcerer must use the formula confided to him quadrupolarly if he wants to bring about the desired effect. Furthermore, there are magic formulas which have been confided to the sorcerer by certain beings, but which have nothing to do with true tantra formulas. Such formulas are not necessarily analogous to the universal laws, since the sorcerer got them from a being. Usually, when the magic formula is used, it is not the formula itself which brings about the desired effect, but the respective being and the servants subjected to it. I have written in detail about this in my second book, The Practice of Magical Evocation. Another type of magic formula is the one used ritually by several people for a certain purpose, and thus charging a battery or volt within the invisible world. This type of magic formula can also be used by people with no spiritual training. But it has the disadvantage that the person using it will be spiritually tied to the respective power sphere so strongly that he will hardly be able to free himself of it again. The use of such spells is therefore dangerous and is not recommended to any QUABBAList. There exists still another type of magic formula. It is the type by which a single word, no matter whether it expresses a legality or whether it appeals to the respective idea, is so often repeated that it becomes dynamically effective and releases the desired effect. No special mention need be made in this connection that such a dynamization will require much time and patience. Thus there are tantric, that is, universal magic formulas of a legal character, and relative magic formulas created by an individual, or by several people. As already mentioned before, a magic formula usually serves personal purposes, all the same whether the accumulation of riches and power or the supremacy over beings, etc., is in question. That the magic formulas may also be used in other plans to carry out tasks of egotistical motives, is a matter of course, irrespective of the effect being brought about by a being, a volt, or any other power. There exist no magic formulas for high spiritual purposes as such. For these there only exist kabbalistic or tantric compilations, which may also be regarded as some sort of formulas, but which contain a certain universal legality, and for the application of which the tetragrammatonic key must naturally be made use of. The numerous conjuring formulas indicated in the grimoires on the conjuration of demons and other negative beings have nothing to do with the true QUABBALAH or the pure and true Tantra science. These magic formulas either originate from beings or they were formed by ritualistic, voltic powers. Any true magician or QUABBAList will regard it beneath his dignity to occupy himself with magic formulas of any kind. I have made it my duty to write about this for the reader's information and to explain the difference between a tantra and a magic formula in order to prevent mistakes. The magic formulas contained in fairy tale books, in connection with sorcerers, witches, etc., naturally also embody a bit of true hermetics, for fairy tales are not just tales, they are symbolic reproductions of many hermetic mysteries. For someone initiated into magic and QUABBALAH who understands the symbolic language, fairy tales reveal many mysteries, since he is used to looking at all events with quite different eyes than common people do. A hermetic will not be surprised to realize that he was already fond of fairy tales in his childhood, and that he still likes to reflect on their content in later years, since he understands their high and true sense which can only be read between the lines.